The next station is Goodge Street. Change here for a fucking epic bunker. In this video, we go and explore Goodge Street bunker. Now, before I go any further with this video, there's one thing I do have to say, because I know there's going to be someone making accusations like it always is. We did not break into his bunker, and we did not cause any damage in the bunker. And the reason why I'm put out there is because you just know someone's going to say it. There's actually 2 ways into his bunker, which have been left open for like well over 6 months, possibly even a year. And there's ways this literally been wide open. And it took me a while to actually explore his bunker, simply because I had to find someone who was willing to abseil it with me, and there wasn't really many people willing to do that, considering it was quite scary to abseil into a very deep bunker, 40 metres deep. So then, with that said, let's start a video. Goodge Street bunker was one of the 8 bunkers built as part of World War II. These were originally intended, after the war was over, they're going to be turned into a deep level express underground line, but to be honest, that was never really going to happen. That was more of an excuse to justify the cost of building the bunkers. And after the war, the bunkers were pretty much left empty. Now, all of the 8 bunkers in London all have the exact same layout. That is, apart from the fact the service areas in the bunkers all have different layouts, but apart from that, the main bunkers themselves all have the same layout. Now, there is one exception to this, which is Chancery Lane, which is different because this one was then extended and new tunnels dug for the Cold War, and it actually has a completely different layout today. Now, the only other exception to this is Goodge Street bunker, because in World War II, this bunker was meant to be dug for civilian use, but they then converted it to have wartime personnel in this bunker, and you can see that in this picture. And when that happened, they added an extra shaft to the south entrance, and this extra shaft had 2 lifts in it, and that's in addition to the south lift and the north lift, meaning this bunker has 4 lifts. And the south entrance is very different looking to the entrances in all of the other bunkers, so this is a very interesting bunker. As well as the south entrance, there's also the central entrance that goes direct into the underground station. This one's obviously bricked up like all of the other bunkers, and also there is the north entrance, which looks like this. Currently has lots of homeless people sleeping outside of it, and I could have gone in the north entrance because the way into his bunker on the north entrance is literally wide open, anyone could go in, but the way in's slightly dodgy because you'd have to tie an abseiling rope round to a beam which is kind of the same height as you, then you sort of have to jump onto the rope while it's attached to the beam with a 40-metre drop below you. That is scary, like, oh my, I just couldn't do that. That is just too scary. Plus the other thing is, if at the bottom of the shaft it was blocked up, there's no way to get out of that. So even though you could go in the north entrance, that was a bit out of the question. So we decided to go in the south entrance. So south entrance is a very interesting entrance that looks very different to all of the other bunkers, and it's got 3 lifts in the south entrance, and round the back of it, the door into the shaft to his bunker has been wide open for like 6 months or possibly even a year. It's like, you would have thought I'd keep it quite secure, a door's just left open. So we go into the air shaft and abseil down into the bunker, and it is scary. Abseiling into his deep shaft that's 40 metres deep, and we have no idea what is at the bottom of this shaft. That was scary, and to make it even scarier, we didn't actually have one rope to the whole thing. We had to tie 2 ropes together. So as I abseiled down, when I got halfway, I then had to reattach my abseil device across the knot holding the 2 ropes together. That was a very scary moment. Honestly, I was completely freaked out when it happened. So then, here I am down at the bottom of the shaft at the south entrance. Let's now go and explore the bunker. So if we take a look around, I'm now in the service area, and all of the old equipment in this bunker has been replaced, and it's just very weird to see one of these bunker service rooms with all modern equipment in it. So then we now leave the service area, and we are currently on upper bunker level, and most of this bunker is the same layout as all the other bunkers. We have the 2 main parallel tunnels with a halfway floor cutting across it, so you have upper bunker and lower bunker levels. So let's take a look around upper bunker level, and along we go across this joining passage to the main passage that links up the 2 main parallel tunnels. And all of the doors in this section to the different parallel tunnels were sadly locked. And that's very frustrating. We did not actually manage to explore the parallel tunnels. But to be completely honest, what we wanted to see in this bunker is the parts that were different to the other bunkers, and we very much did get to see that. So we did get to see what we wanted to see on this explore. Now, while most of these doors were locked, there was one door to one part of the parallel tunnels that wasn't locked, and this leads into the main office and CCTV room. I'm actually surprised this door wasn't locked, and from here we can see the CCTV screens for all the cameras in the bunker, and this is what the office looks like. So then, now we go back along the joining passage and along to the main south shaft. Now on the south side of this bunker, an extra additional shaft was built with 2 lifts in it. We are not at that shaft, we're at the main original bunker shaft that looks like all of the other bunker shafts. This is a double helix staircase, one for lower bunker, one for upper bunker, and a lift in the middle. Sadly, a lift had its doors left open, so I couldn't call a lift, so let's now walk up the stairs to ground level. And it was at this moment I made the worst mistake of this explore. I walked out onto the ground floor and let a door shut behind me, which locked. Firstly, that was infuriating because I never got to see lower bunker level. At this point, I'm at the top of this double helix. I could have taken the other helix down to lower bunker. Now at lower bunker, most likely there'd be another locked door which I wouldn't be able to get through. Most likely I didn't actually miss anything. But in fact, I could have got to lower bunker at this point and I then let a door shut behind me and I now wasn't able to get to lower bunker anymore. That was so annoying. Now, the second thing where I'd messed up is because I let a door shut behind me, I couldn't get back down to where I'd abseiled into the bunker. And at this point, I suddenly realised I am now trapped on the ground floor. I am trapped in the bunker. And at this point, I proper freaked out. I literally just lost it. I completely panicked because I thought I was trapped. And I thought that this bunker wasn't obeying fire regulations.
I'm trapped. I'm trapped. I'm trapped! I'm trapped!
When I calmed down, I realised the bunker was in fact obeying fire regulations. Even though the door out of the bunker was locked and I believed I was trapped, the key for this door was right next to the door, so it was compliant. Now at that point when I realised I wasn't trapped, I then calmed down and I then went and explored the rest of the south entrance to the bunker. Now this south entrance is a bit as different to all of the other bunkers and it's very interesting, so let's take a look around.
Welcome to the Abseiling Centre, or Abseiling Centre, whatever it is, formerly known as Goodge Street Bunker. Come in here, you've got 2 lifts. Sadly, most of this is locked up and we can't do it. I bet someone's going to slander us and say we broke in. We did not break in, we've made peaceful entry to this bunker. So this one's here, that one, so you can right in there.
Where are we looking? What's
That's this modern stuff. Environmental board, CCTV camera up there, bunker lifts here. We're going to surf it because, well,
why not?
for this door here we have that, 2 lifts there, notice board there, toilet in there, doors here, camera up there, PI up there. Oh yeah, very small map of Goodge Street Bunker.
And now we go to the additional shaft, which has 2 lifts in it. These are 2 Mavic Scott lifts, and these lifts have a very underground feel to them because the lifts are not square. They're sort of like 2 sort of kind of tunnel-shaped lifts to fit the round shaft, and they have an interconnecting door, so you can actually walk between the 2 different lifts, which is something I've only ever seen before on the London Underground. And now let's take a ride in one of these lifts down back to bunker level.
Enter into the lift, it's a Mavic Scott, so it's actually the oldest lift holding up. Go down, this goes about 1.6 metre a second, quite a speedy lift. Surprisingly quick actually for a bunker lift. It actually is quick for a bunker lift. Fastest bunker lift I've done apart from Chancery Lane. And there's that little secret floor which looks interesting. We can't get out of it even if we open up the door. The door there, it's typical underground style, so you rescue people through that door. So if we open up this door here, we're down at the bunker level.
And here I am down at bunker level. These lifts exit onto upper bunker. This additional shaft does not actually serve lower bunker, only the original shaft serves lower bunker, and as this shaft only serves upper bunker, sadly I was not able to get into lower bunker. Let's now go and explore this area.
Down here, Typical bunker smell, smells just like your typical bunker. Very nice. So just get a couple of pictures down here. Got cameras. Hello camera, I've not committed an offence, Mr. Camera, so hello. Down here, hello camera, haven't committed an offence going down here. Sadly all the doors are locked, we're not forcing entry because we are not committing any offences. We are just having a quick look at a bunker. Sadly we can't really get any further in this. And that pretty much sums up our mission of Goodge Street Bunker. It was a nice little URBEX, didn't fully get there. And that pretty much sums it up. So, Goodge Street Bunker, semi-complete. I think that's good enough to tick off. So, Goodge Street Bunker, tick. Next bunker, Clapham South. So, stay tuned for that. We've got all the boxes here, which are all used for their stuff. Camera. Annoyingly, when I first got in this bunker, I actually got into more of it, but I let the door stand behind me, which is very annoying. And now we've got this lifting has got down, but it does not go down any further, sadly. COVID-19 stuff there. Marriott Scott. A very classic Marriott, actually. Switching to wide. Let's get a wide view of going up this lift. Iron Mountain. Yeah, nice view there, actually, into the other lift. This is a classic. I wonder if it's got a vintage phone.
It looks bigger than the other one.
Yeah, this is like a Line Underground style, because it's got the curvy bits to it in the doors. Very weird, but most Line Underground lifts here was Wadsworth.
See through.
Wow, yes, you can see through. Ooh, that's a good view.
And now, let's take a look in the motor room.
Okay, let's go up and have a quick look at the motors working. Here we go. Oh, is that aircon? That's this aircon. It's got alarms on that as well. Let's have a quick look down the shaft while the lift's downstairs.
And now, it's lift surfing time. Let's now go and surf these very interesting lifts.
There's your lift. Car tops. More modern than I'd expect.
Also, halfway down this additional shaft, there was this weird little mezzanine floor the lifts didn't stop at. Let's go and surf down it and see what is there.
That's got no sense on it. Oh no, the door wasn't locked, no wonder. That's why, the door wasn't locked. There's your lift. Goodge Street Bunker, lift surf. Bet my camera angles aren't that good because I'm kind of rushing, but quite a fast inspection speed actually, to be honest. We are at the secret floor. Lift used to stop here. There's a little secret floor in there.
That's interesting.
Yeah, a little secret floor. Okay, bye-bye secret floor, we're going back up now. The last thing to do is just get the still pictures before I leave.
Well, that's Goodge Street ticked off. Next bunker, Clapham South.